Hi everybody, Alex Sapir here from Expert Forex, and we have just completed our weekly analysis of the linking service, and I'm very happy to let you know that we are producing the best results we have in this particular service. And that's not by luck. We have worked very hard to make the service safer and still produce good results. So let's get straight into it. Now, if you've watched the previous videos about the linking service, you'll know that we've added considerable account selection criteria to the service to help you select the very best accounts. And the information that you're going to see here is as a result of that selection process. So what we do at the end of each week, we summarize and update all the results, and then we produce a top 12 schedule of accounts that are performing particularly well, trading very safely with low drawdowns. And we make that available to all our users of the link service. So we are going to be looking at those results today, and I hope you agree that they are exceptional. So firstly, the average gain over the last 8 weeks has been over 50%. Now, we've changed our focus to only look at the last 8 weeks because we found some accounts have fantastic gains but actually peter out later on in their lives. But so the accounts we want to go for are the ones that are making money right now in the current market condition. Now, what's fantastic about these 12 accounts is that there have only been 9 occasions where these 12 accounts registered a negative week. Now, I must explain, we work this on equity, and it's the equity balance in the beginning of the week, and we compare it to the equity balance at the end of the week. In other words, how much wealth has been created. If it's a negative, it's a drawdown week. Positive, it's a positive week. Basically, the other way of looking at this is that 87 weeks were positive out of the 96 traded. Now, what's also quite incredible, and as I've mentioned before, we are focusing on drawdowns. The current drawdown, the actual drawdown as at this Saturday, is 1.5%. That is the drawdown, incredibly low. And that's, again, not by luck. We are actually trying to do that by design. Now, as we go through the rest of the video, I want you to ask yourself very seriously and very honestly a number of questions. So the first one you ask yourself is, am I making 50% return on a portfolio of 12 accounts trading the Forex market? Am I currently experiencing less than 10% negative weeks when trading a portfolio of 12 accounts? Am I doing that? Am I experiencing drawdowns as low as 1.5% on a huge portfolio of Forex accounts? And now the most important question, and it makes me mad that people are still hitting their heads against the wall and losing huge amounts of money because of their incompetence at trading Forex robots. And the question you've got to ask yourself, why am I still hitting my head against a wall to make high risk income when I can simply link my account to successful traders? You have to ask that question. Now, it really makes me very mad when I hear about traders that lose huge amounts of money. Huge. You can't believe how big the numbers are because they are totally incompetent at trading Forex robots, but yet they have the confidence to invest so much money in their own incompetence. It's like they're buying lotto tickets. Every time somebody writes into the forum and says, oh, I've lost so much money, I say, all right, send me your account and I'll have a look at it. And firstly, 90% of them then go very quiet and never send the account. The one or two that does send their accounts in have made a complete botch up. They've traded the wrong currency. They've gone against everything that we've told them. And it makes me absolutely mad. And then they had the audacity to say, your robots are no good. I'm sorry, that's what the link service is all about. It's to prove that our robots are excellent in the right hands. And therefore, you should seriously consider linking part of your portfolio, not all of it, part of your portfolio with the linking service and experiencing those results. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go and have a look at these results. And the results come from our Link to Success service, where what you do is you take your own broker account, not our broker account, your broker account, and you link it to successful robot traders on the service. Now, what we've refined, it's always been there, but we've actually refined the schedule, given it a bit of color, changed a few of the concepts. And this is where you can now select more meaningful accounts to link to, because we've said, the greens are in the top 30%. Those give you a guide as to selection criteria. You always have to use more selection criteria than we're presenting, because the responsibility of selection is yours, not ours. We go out of our way to help you, but in the end, the buck stops there. It's your decision which accounts you link to. And here is a list of the accounts and all the criteria involved. So what we've added is the top 12 concepts. So every week we look at the results and we say, here are the top 12 accounts that are performing the best in terms of a number of criteria. So let's have a look at this list. And all you have to do is click here. And it takes you to another page, and what we need to go and look at is the actual top 12 list. And here is the list. So the first thing we actually look at is the profitability. We look at the percentage return over the last 8 weeks, and that percentage is based on the account size required to trade that particular service. So if it needs a $10,000 account, the return is related to the $10,000 account. If it needs a $1,000 account, the return is related to the $1,000 accounts. And a lot of these accounts, you will see, you can actually trade $10,000 with accounts with $1,000 account by adjusting the lot size. So it's not that serious. You don't have to have $10,000 accounts to trade them, but you can adjust for small accounts. But here you can see the percentages that have been created over the last 8 weeks. As I mentioned earlier, we're looking at an 8-week period, and the average of that is over 50%. Now that is a phenomenal return. That's 25% a month being generated by these accounts. The top 12. It's not the top 1, not the top 2. The top 12 are generating an average of 50%. So then we look at how many negative weeks have been experienced by these accounts. Now, a negative week is one where we look at the equity balance in the beginning of the week, we look at the equity balance at the end of the week, and if the equity balance has gone down, that's a negative week. If it's gone up, it's a positive week. So here we have a few accounts that have had no negative weeks in 8 weeks. Now, in Forex trading, that is phenomenal. Now, you might look at this and say, oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, yeah. All right, what's next? It is phenomenal. Phenomenal, I'm telling you. So there we have it. We have a whole lot that have done, a few that have had 2, but the 2, again, we tell you how much the total of the 2 drawdowns. In many cases, the drawdowns have been very small for those 2. Then we look at the current drawdown, because if you want to join an account, you don't want to join an account with a huge drawdown. You want one with a small drawdown so that you can get involved very quickly. And here is the current drawdown. Now, as I said earlier, that the average of that is 1% of the amount traded. So if you add up all the drawdowns, you'll come to 1.5% of the amounts traded. So the drawdowns are tiny compared, if you look at these drawdown amounts compared to the returns that these accounts are generating, they are phenomenal. So that's basically how we select the accounts. We look at the profitability, we look at the negative weeks, and we look at the current drawdowns. Nice and simple. Most people can understand that, and it gives you a good idea of which accounts you can select. If you want more information, you just click on these blue links that take you to FX Blue, and you can analyze the account in a lot more detail. Bear in mind, FX Blue reports on a completely different basis to what we report. We report on what I believe is the most accurate way of reporting. It is wealth creation. So how much wealth have we created from 1 week to the next, or 1 week to 8 weeks later? That is what we look at, the wealth, because this is an investment process, not a trading process. And then at the bottom here we have a challenge for the more technical people, and we say, let us know if we've missed any really good accounts that we should have put into this particular list, because we want some input from investors that are analyzing the accounts. So the current accounts that you can invest in are all positive. And there are 63 of them, and that's why we've narrowed it down to 12. Helps a lot if you have it narrowed down. And you can see the average age is 331 days, so almost a whole year these accounts have been. The average gain on these accounts is 200%. So in other words, it's taken $10,000, for instance, to $30,000. That's the average gain. Average for 63 accounts. Again, phenomenal. People just look at it and say, oh, it's phenomenal. Then we look at the success rate, really great success rate. And if you look at the actual accounts, you'll see it's consistently in the 60s. And that's by no chance. That's the way the system is designed. And then we look at the average monthly gains of 15%. Again, this is over 63 accounts. Average gain of 15%. That's phenomenal again. But again, people would look at that and say, those are just numbers. They're talking nonsense. Just numbers. It's not. It's 15% for 63 accounts since they started trading. Amazing results. People are not achieving that with their own trading, I can promise you. Now, if you would like to take part in this linking service, link your account to success, when you join, you can link to 3 accounts, but you can also link to unlimited accounts, and it is explained on this page. I'll give you the link in the description and in the first commentary of the video. But we've also become so confident, so very confident, that we're offering a money-back guarantee. If you use the service for a month and you haven't made positive gains, we will gladly refund your subscription money. So have a look at this page. It tells you how to join the service and how to benefit from those fantastic returns that I've just shown you. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I got a little bit emotional during this video, but I do that because there are people losing money left, right, and center. They don't know what they're doing. They're taking chances. They're asking, oh, I want to set file here and all that. They don't know how to trade. And if you're one of those people, seriously consider using this linked service. Oh, there I go again. As always, links to anything mentioned in this video will be in the description of the video, as well as in the first commentary of the video. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments facility of this video, and then watch out for our weekly update next week, where it's going to be quite interesting to see what changes there are on the top 12 accounts. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.